approximately 2.5 years ago, began having a dialogue with one of the families who has a client who resides in our adult services program. And we were just talking about programmatic needs in general, in a perfect world, wish list type of items. And we made our way gradually around to the difficulty we have in finding homes that are fully handicap accessible so that you can meet a continuum of needs across an entire lifetime. And from there, this conversation just kind of snowballed. And it turned into the Berries Ferry project, with building a house that is completely and totally accessible from all avenues, from coming in the front door all the way to being able to enjoy the backyard.
This is really the first major donor project that Grafton has done, I will say, in 16 years since I've been here, but from the records, I'm not sure. We don't have to go back 40, 50 years to see something even close to this happening at Grafton. There's never been anything on this scale. And so integrating with the families we serve and being able to build out what they need for their child, what they want for their child, and able to help others that we serve at the same time is very rewarding.
Working with the DeMuro family has been a delight. We've had a lot of fun going back and forth on what the design could be, should be, talking about the needs of the individuals that we serve, talking about their life of experience, raising an individual with special needs and the different things that they had to do within their own household. That really brought an extra layer of information to the process. Kathy and I in particular had a lot of fun going and looking at different materials for the home, contemplating what would look nice within the home, but also be functional and masculine for these young men, trying to make sure that it was definitely a man's house. But really the process working with them has been just lovely.
Speaking with Jerry and his wife, and actually the kids too, that was amazing as well. Seeing them satisfied with what they were able to do for their son, and more importantly for me, for them to have the confidence and trust in our team to be there for their child for the rest of his life. That's quite an investment, and that means that we had gained that trust over time. And having children myself, I can't think of anything more important for me to do than to figure out who I can entrust my child's life to if I'm not going to be there, I'm not around every day to do it. And so from that standpoint, the relationship is very fulfilling. Such genuine individuals willing to make a sacrifice, not just for their child, but for others, it is truly enriching, and it makes you feel very good.
Watching the project progress has been fabulous. I can't think of a better word than fabulous. Just starting with finding the piece of land, envisioning what could happen with that piece of land, seeing that actually become a drawing, seeing the ground being broken the first time, seeing the foundation go in. Every single step has been amazing. It has flown by, but yet gone at a snail's pace at the same time. Wanting the guys to be able to get into that house as fast as possible, wanting the staff to be able to use that house as fast as possible, and seeing that come full circle certainly has been an achievement for the entire program. The home in Berries Ferry is relatively unique given that it was designed not only to take into account the accessibility needs of individuals as they age, which applies to really any of us in our lives will have different needs as our needs change, as our medical status changes, as our physical status changes. But it also takes into account the needs of the staff. When the staff are providing supervision to the clients that they serve, or when they are properly administering medications, any of the facets of their work life, the house is designed to make life accessible and congenial for all of the individuals who reside within the home, but it's also designed to make the workflow very simplistic for the staff.
We serve really birth until end of life. So the goal for our homes would be, especially in this population, that a person can age here until this is their home for life. They're not leaving. And so what we built in and what they were able to design in was that open concept, but privacy. communication, hominess, but again, a retreat. If someone was overwhelmed by stimuli either inside the house or externally coming back for the day, because our number one goal is to reintegrate those we serve into the communities and educate and train them. And so if they've had a busy day out in the community and they come back and they just need their own space, they have that. But at the same time, they have a congregate space to enjoy each other and do things like you should be able to do, like the average family can do.
You know, developing the Berry's Ferry home is a very significant milestone for Grafton. The design of the home can be replicated. We can shrink it, we can enlarge it, we can build it for a multitude of clients that we serve, both in adult services and in children's services. And it allows for that constant flexibility to meet our clients where they are and with what they need. You know, it's very difficult to find homes in Virginia that are on one level surface, that are completely accessible. I have spent years looking at homes, and at best, you perhaps might find a house that has 1 or 2 bedrooms that are accessible on a main level, and then the rest are either upstairs or down in the basement. And so this home allows us great flexibility with those that we serve. And we no longer, with homes like this, would have to have conversations when we receive referrals of, but do we have a house that will meet the physical needs of this individual? Because sadly, sometimes we are not able to serve an individual because we do not have a physical plant that will meet their needs. And so this home takes away that part of the discussion. And it is simply, do we have the right services to meet the needs of this individual? And whether or not they need durable medical equipment, any of those types of things are meaningless insofar as the physical plant goes.
For the individuals we serve, they need and deserve this type of living space. And the resoluteness comes from, okay, we've done it once, how do we do this again and again? Because individuals with challenges from stimuli deserve their own private space, but congregate space. The staff serving them deserve the space to be able to interact with them and teach them and train them and have fun with them and laugh with them. And this house brought that. And so we've been able to do that for one group of young men that Grafton serves. Now we've got to do that for the other, what are we at, 200 residential individuals that we serve today, 250? They deserve that as well. And that should be the ultimate goal. When you walk in the home, it's open, it's beautiful, but you can see through to the backyard. So if you walk through the home, you go into the screen-in porch where someone can sit and enjoy themselves. But there's then also the backyard where they can go out and enjoy themselves. So you really are invited from the very beginning of stepping up to the front porch, opening the door, all the way through the home to see the home and have space to live. And that would be what anybody would want for their family.
A few key features that we put into the home for long-term needs are that every single bathroom is completely and totally accessible. 2 of the bathrooms have roll-in showers that allow for clients to need any level of support in their hygiene. Additionally, all of the bedrooms have large entryways, they have large amount of space so that you could use a multitude of different types of adaptive equipment and still be able to easily access. The walls in and of themselves were built to be incredibly durable so that if someone ran into a wall accidentally, let's say someone is newly learning how to use a wheelchair and they accidentally run into the wall, that wall is not automatically going to get a hole in it. That's one of the most simplistic things that we did. Additionally, the office has a very large viewing window so that staff are in the office. They can easily see anything that's happening within the home. The kitchen is open and airy and has very large spaces around the island so that durable medical equipment can get around the island. Those are just a few examples of the different things we did within the house to ensure that every single element of the house is 100% accessible. All of the bathrooms already have grab bars in lots of locations because we weren't quite sure as individuals age what their physical needs would be. So we went ahead and put in every possible combination of grab bar that you could think of.
You know, at a time right now where Grafton has some major capital projects coming up, we need a new school here in the Winchester region. We need a a school instead of having an education facility in a building that wasn't designed to be a school. So much like the issue we have with group homes and our Berryville facility, we're educated in old dorms. It needs a school. And so we have some aging plant that are competing. But the answer is, again, how do we learn to do it all? So what I'm trying to do is figure out how the step forward, both internally and externally, to enable those things to occur. So we're restarting our foundation to hopefully do some fundraising going forward. So I can hope that we can work through that foundation to develop some resources for these needs that we have upcoming.
Completing a project like this really shows that Grafton is committed to our clients. We are committed to serving our clients throughout their entire lifetime. We want to make sure that we can meet the needs of an adult who comes to us when they're 20, when they are 90. We want to constantly be evolving and ensuring that we can support them with whatever those needs may be. And committing to building houses of this type really shows that we're putting our money where our mouths are. It also shows that we are looking at the lifetime of services for everyone that we serve. Children who come in to our service could eventually become adults who need our services. And we're really looking at maintaining that relationship with them and maintaining that relationship with everyone involved in their life who cares for them.